Price from Leading Edge Strategies, and welcome to our new format. We have 6 minutes of aviation safety and security news. I know there's plenty of information feeds out there, so we get all those on a daily basis, and there's no way to keep track of them all, so I'm bringing that to you. We're here for the big hits from the big websites on your big station, www.leadingedgestrategies.com. So let's get started. Well, the big news, of course, is United's plan to cut about a third of its pilot workforce. This will send ripples throughout the entire industry because with the pilot cuts also come flight attendant cuts and cuts for maintenance workers, administrative personnel, and also most recently we found out that the personnel that are under International Association of Machinists and Aerospace contracts have been told they are no longer full-time employees, they will now be part-time employees. So this is what we're seeing throughout the industry, unfortunately, is a lot more cuts from a lot more airlines. For the pandemic update, well, let's switch from some bad news to some worse news. Many airlines and airports today are starting to require passengers and personnel to wear face coverings all the time, which frankly is just a really good idea. Now Payne Field is actually taking this a step further, and they have a fever detection system now in the airport, which can uses a thermal camera to detect whether people have a fever over 100 degrees or not. If they do, this is done prior to the screening checkpoint. If they do, then they're referred to the airline to determine if the airline wants to take them or not. You can refuse the screening, but the airline is still informed if you've refused the screening. However, I should also say that the system is accurate up to 0.3 degrees Celsius, but since I was born in the United States, we never really figured out the metric system, so I have no idea what that is in Fahrenheit. Google it. Moving on. Oh, also, we found out that initial rumors were untrue. We had heard things about additional medical procedures you could get done at Payne Field, such as colonoscopies, appendectomies, and gallbladder removal, but those initial rumors have turned out to be untrue. Actor Harrison Ford, star of the Star Wars series, the Indiana Jones series, the Jack Ryan, Tom Clancy novels series. Matter of fact, Harrison Ford's just starred in everything in every movie since the beginning of cinema. Unfortunately got into some more trouble with the Federal Aviation Administration when at some airport here, Hawthorne Municipal Airport, he crossed a runway. Okay, there we go. It was just about 3 years ago that the actor had another problem where he inadvertently landed on a taxiway at John Wayne County Airport over a American Airlines aircraft that was taxiing out for takeoff onto the runway. And then several years earlier, he was in a plane crash just off the Santa Monica Airport into the golf course. And fortunately, he lived through all of that. But okay, so he's not received any disciplinary action so far for anything. But that's okay. I'm okay with that, aren't you? I mean, really, the man's an American icon. When he flies, we should just issue a temporary flight restriction and let him go. Air traffic control can just give him a clearance. Say, yes, Mr. Ford or Mr. Solo or Mr. Jones, whatever you'd like to use. You're cleared for landing runway 36 left or 36 right or 18 or 20 or 02 or taxiway Alpha Bravo Charlie, the grass in between the runways, the parking garage, or the 405 at your discretion. Good day, sir. Okay. No bomb was found on a flight departing from the Anchorage Airport, despite a bomb threat. Had there been a bomb, this would be a bigger news story. Also, in the past 2 months of the quarantine, TSA has been seeing about 95 to 97% less passenger traffic, but they've actually been getting more guns. The rationale for this really is TSA has more time to spend with each passenger. Really get to know them, get their likes, get their dislikes, their favorite color, their most influential famous person, their famous celebrity, to really, kind of get to know the passengers. It's very, very good, important for security. The reality is they do actually have more time to screen passengers. And there's also another effect going on here is right after the quarantine started, people all across the country rushed the gun stores to try and acquire some weapons, thinking this could be the beginning of Armageddon or something. So a lot more guns out there these days. And hey, as for that segue, industry analysis are looking anywhere from 2 to 5 years for full recovery from the airline industry. That does wrap up today's report. And join us again for our next installment of 6 Minutes of Aviation Safety or Security. It might be 6 minutes or less. I'm not really keeping track. Hey, if you don't like this news, go out and make some of your own news. But definitely join us for our next installment, where I'm going to do a special report, a serious one, on what could be the next threat to the airline industry. All right, peace.